Welcome back to Demolition Worker. Today we dive deep into the incredibly complex pipeline systems of a massive offshore rig. This giant structure contains thousands of meters of heavy pipelines and massive pressure compressors that require highly specialized demolition techniques. Every single step inside this metallic maze demands absolute focus. One small mistake could lead to a catastrophic pressure disaster. Before any cutting begins, our expert crew must thoroughly inspect every inch of these pipes for highly toxic chemical residues. Toxic gases and flammable liquids often remain trapped inside the old valves, making the initial safety check absolutely crucial today. Engineers use advanced thermal imaging cameras to detect hidden pressure pockets lurking deep within the aging steel framework right now. The technical complexity of this specific dismantling operation highlights the incredible sophistication of modern oil and gas industry engineering standards. Workers carefully attach heavy-duty sensors to the main transmission lines to monitor internal pressure levels during the extraction process. You can see the intense concentration on their faces as they prepare to breach the first layer of hardened steel. Heavy industrial ventilation systems are activated to ensure no harmful fumes accumulate in the enclosed spaces during the cutting procedures. The lead technician carefully reviews the original construction blueprints to locate the safest connection points for the upcoming structural detachment. These massive pressure vessels were designed to withstand extreme ocean conditions, making them incredibly difficult to break apart safely today. A specialized hazardous materials team arrives on site to neutralize any remaining chemical compounds before the heavy machinery moves in. They pump a specialized cleaning foam through the primary pipes to completely flush out decades of accumulated toxic oil sludge. Only after the environmental safety officer gives the final green light can the actual mechanical demolition phase officially begin here. Sparks fly brilliantly as the industrial plasma cutter slices through the thick exterior casing of the main hydraulic distribution valve. The sheer power of these cutting tools is mesmerizing, melting solid steel like butter in a matter of mere seconds. Intertwined pipes fall away, one by one, slowly revealing the complex mechanical heart of this abandoned offshore drilling platform structure. Each cut must be calculated with extreme precision to prevent the heavy metal sections from collapsing onto the workers below. Massive industrial clamps are securely fastened around the severed pipes to stabilize them while the crane operator moves into position. The crane operator carefully lowers the heavy rigging cables down into the dark abyss of the lower mechanical processing deck. Coordination between the ground crew and the crane operator is absolutely vital to ensure these massive steel chunks fall safely. We are now looking at a giant pressure compressor unit that weighs over 50 tons, ready to be completely dismantled. Removing this colossal piece of machinery requires a synchronized lifting operation involving two heavy-duty industrial cranes working in tandem. The enormous steel bolts holding the compressor base in place have completely rusted over, requiring specialized hydraulic wrenches to loosen. As the final structural bolt is removed, the entire platform vibrates under the immense weight of the shifting mechanical beast. Slowly but surely, the giant compressor is lifted into the air, casting a massive shadow over the busy demolition deck. It is truly breathtaking to witness such a heavy piece of equipment floating gracefully above the deep blue ocean waters. The crew quickly moves in to secure the empty space, installing temporary guardrails to prevent any accidental falls occurring today. With the main compressor successfully removed, our team now shifts their focus to the intricate network of secondary cooling pipes. These smaller pipes are tightly packed together, creating a frustrating puzzle that requires immense patience and extreme manual cutting precision. Workers use handheld circular saws to carefully sever the delicate connections without damaging the surrounding structural support beams right here. The noise inside this enclosed space is absolutely deafening, echoing loudly against the cold steel walls of the lower deck. Despite the harsh working conditions, these professionals maintain a steady rhythm, efficiently clearing away sections of pipe with practiced ease. Every piece of scrap metal is meticulously sorted and categorized for future recycling, minimizing the environmental impact of this project. Sustainability is a core principle in modern demolition, ensuring that valuable resources are recovered rather than simply thrown away carelessly. We transition to the upper deck, where a massive control valve assembly awaits its inevitable destruction by our skilled crew. This particular valve controlled the flow of highly pressurized natural gas, making it one of the most critical components here. The internal mechanics of this valve are a marvel of engineering, featuring multiple fail-safe mechanisms designed to prevent catastrophic blowouts. Dismantling it requires a delicate touch, as sudden shocks could trigger the old mechanical locks and severely complicate the process. Lead engineer carefully disengages the primary locking mechanism, allowing the heavy steel casing to finally slide open very smoothly. Inside, we can see the intricate brass fittings and heavy-duty springs that once regulated the immense power of nature. The team uses a specialized hydraulic puller to safely extract the heavy internal components without causing any unnecessary structural damage. Piece by piece, the giant valve is completely stripped down until nothing remains but the empty outer steel shell casing. The empty shell is then rigged up and hoisted away, marking another major victory for our hard-working demolition crew today. As the sun begins to set over the ocean, the golden light beautifully illuminates the exposed skeletal structure of pipes. The visual contrast between the chaotic tangle of destroyed metal and the calm evening sky is truly a cinematic masterpiece. Night operations introduce a whole new set of complex challenges, requiring powerful artificial lighting to maintain strict safety standards here. Bright halogen lamps cast long, dramatic shadows across the deck, turning the oil rig into an eerie, glowing industrial fortress. The cutting torches look even more spectacular in the dark, showering the area with brilliant cascades of bright orange sparks. Our night shift crew takes over seamlessly, continuing the relentless process of slicing through the endless miles of steel pipes. Fatigue is the greatest enemy during these late hours, so supervisors constantly monitor their teams to ensure absolute mental alertness. Regular breaks are strictly enforced, giving workers a chance to rest their eyes and hydrate before returning to the danger. Deep inside the lower levels, a team is tackling a particularly stubborn section of reinforced pipeline that refuses to break. They bring in a heavy-duty diamond wire saw capable of slicing through the thickest steel with incredible surgical precision. The diamond wire spins at incredible speeds, slowly eating its way through the massive pipe while water cools the friction. This advanced cutting technology is essential for handling structures that are simply too thick or dangerous for traditional thermal torches. After nearly an hour of continuous cutting, the massive pipe finally groans and separates, falling safely onto the waiting supports. The sheer scale of this demolition project becomes more apparent with every passing hour as tons of steel are removed. We are systematically erasing decades of human engineering, carefully dismantling a structure that once braved the fiercest oceanic storms imaginable. Dawn breaks over the horizon, bringing renewed energy to the exhausted but determined crew members on the offshore drilling platform. Today, the main objective is clearing the central manifold, a critical junction where dozens of major pipelines intersect and connect. This area is highly congested, requiring extreme caution to avoid accidentally cutting into a live structural support beam by mistake. Workers carefully map out their cutting sequence, ensuring that the structural integrity of the surrounding platform is never compromised today. First cuts are made on the outer perimeter, slowly working inward towards the dense cluster of massive central valves. It is a slow and methodical process, but patience is absolutely vital when dealing with such unpredictable and heavy materials. A massive hydraulic shear attachment is brought in, crushing through the smaller pipes with terrifying ease and brutal mechanical force. The sound of crunching metal echoes across the water, a powerful symphony of industrial destruction orchestrated by our skilled operators. The excavator operator maneuvers the heavy shear with surprising grace, delicately picking apart the tangled mess of destroyed steel pipes. As the central manifold is finally cleared, a massive gaping hole is left in the very center of the rig. This empty space serves as a stark reminder of the incredible progress our demolition team has made over the week. The final phase of today involves securing all the loose debris and preparing the deck for the next major operation. Industrial magnets are used to sweep the area, picking up sharp metal shards and dangerous bolts scattered across the floor. Safety is always our #1 priority, and leaving a clean workspace is essential for preventing accidents tomorrow morning here. The crew gathers for a final debriefing, discussing the challenges they faced and the valuable lessons learned during the shift. It takes a special kind of person to do this job, combining raw physical strength with sharp intellect and courage. These demolition experts are the unsung heroes of the industrial world, safely clearing the way for future engineering marvels everywhere. Looking back at the cleared pipeline section, it is hard to believe how much complex machinery was packed in there. The sophistication of modern gas technology is truly remarkable, even when we are actively tearing it apart piece by piece. Every valve, every pipe, and every compressor tells a fascinating story of human ingenuity and our relentless pursuit of energy. As we pack up our gear, Ocean Breeze serves as a refreshing reward for a long day of labor. The sheer magnitude of this offshore demolition project continually pushes the absolute limits of modern engineering and heavy industrial capabilities. We have successfully neutralized the hazardous systems and dismantled the massive pressure equipment without a single safety incident occurring today. This level of professionalism is exactly what makes our specialized crew the absolute best in the global industrial demolition business. Tomorrow, we will tackle the main drilling derrick, bringing down the tallest and most iconic structure on this entire rig. But for now, we can rest easy knowing that the dangerous pipeline systems have been safely and completely neutralized forever. The ocean reclaims its quiet dominance as the heavy machinery finally powers down, leaving behind a beautifully silent steel giant. We hope you enjoyed this incredibly detailed inside look at the highly technical world of offshore oil rig demolition operations. Stay tuned for more explosive action and fascinating engineering insights as we continue to break down this massive steel behemoth. Thank you for watching this exciting episode. Please subscribe to Demolition Worker for more incredible dismantling projects around the world.